Hey, happy Memorial Day weekend. It's Amy from Amy B Creates. Just kind of checking in with everybody, showing you what I've done throughout the month of May. Can you believe it is Memorial Day weekend? It is the Friday at 4:30 of Memorial Day weekend in May of 2026. How does this happen? How did it get to be this time of the year already? It is May, and it's the end of May. That's crazy. So I wanted to let you know what I've been doing. I went and helped out for a week and some Mondays at work. I retired in January, and one of our assistants, I worked at a dental office. One of our assistants had a baby, and summer help was coming in, but there was a week or two in there that they didn't have any help extra. So I went in and helped working in the back, assisting. I was the office manager, but I assisted years ago. So I was in the back assisting, and man, after a week of work, I was tired. So it doesn't take long to get used to the retirement lifestyle. So I highly recommend retiring for those of you that can. So that was took a big chunk of my month of May, and I worked all the Mondays in May and then a whole week. But I did have some time to craft. So I did do the virtual album retreat from Stampin' Up. So I have that completed, put in an album that I wanted to show you guys. Plus, I did all of the scrapbook um, workshops. And I do have the newest of some of the kits that I think you're going to love. So I wanted just to hop on, show you a few of these things. Won't take a ton of your time. You can always pause it, come back later or whatever. So if you have a little downtime or you're traveling, we went to Wausau and Tomahawk this today, and man, the traffic going north here in Wisconsin was really, we were going boat, camper, UTV, ATV, whatever. I mean, it was just like crazy going north. So if you've got some time in the car, you want to watch this, that'd be great. So I'm going to just flip my camera over here and show you what I've all done. All right, so here, this is the Stampin' Up! D-Ring album. So I wanted to show you guys what all of the hoopla is about these wonderful album retreats. And it's still available, so you can still definitely go on and do this. So it is 10 pages. You don't get the album, but everything in here you pretty much got with it except adhesive. So it's an interactive, and so they're punch outs and pieces. And you guys, this is the easiest way ever to do cutting. And I can't show you, I don't think I have the pieces that have it on there because I cut them all apart. Maybe. So they came kind of like this. They were printed, and then I don't know if you can really see it, but they had dotted lines. And you just flipped it over and cut on the dotted lines, and everything said project one, project two, project three, whatever it was. And on the back of the die cuts, same thing. So cool. I mean, prep was a breeze. But look at these cool interactive. So you've got everything on this page. You got embellishments, you got twine, you got placeholders, and I mean it showed you exactly how to cut this. So cool. Here is another a two-page spread. No, this is going to be a little more difficult because it's bigger than my screen area. But this one, check it out. It has some hidden pictures in it. I should have given it a little more space in there. Um, so you've got your placeholders. This is so cool. We've got our waterfall here, and it walks you through step by step how to do it, how to cut your page protector so that everything in another little hidden journaling spot. We did get the new shimmer brush with this as well. You got 4 stamps, 2 alphabets, and 2 like icons, I'm gonna say, to finish it so that like the stars and all of that were on there. Um, Here's one, My Heart Lives Here. This one doesn't have any interaction, but we got to build this heart. I don't know if you can see the heart over here. And it was super easy. None of them were hard. Some may have had a lot of steps to it, but they weren't hard. And you got all kinds of really neat ideas. So, like, these are stamps down here. So you could do all of these stamps and you could just change the color. So you really got some neat ideas. This was a fun page. So this page doesn't have anything interactive, but this one does. Look at that. Each one of them flips up. So cool, so cool, so cool. All right. And this was a stamp. Isn't that a cool stamp? So, and just adding those random stamps, using your watercolored pencil, your colored pencils to draw borders. So neat. Um, this page doesn't have anything interactive, I think, on either one, but we did use the white gel pen on some of these and just added some twine and little embellishments. And man, it really made a big difference because I'm like, I don't know, what if this one be okay? And this is our stamp set. So there was actually two. One was an outline, one was a solid, and we used them together. Here's another page. So you can see some of those newer pages or I shouldn't say pages, the DSP and the suites all being used here. Here is a flip flap being used. Let me see. I don't think you can see that. There you go. So, and using the light and the dark side of your paper. Again, these are some punch outs, and using some stamps and using your watercolor pencils. This is another one here. You'll take note. I'm gonna move something off my screen. There we go. So I can see what I'm doing. This one didn't have any 3D things, but again, using that white pen to do some outlining. And man, that just brings it to life. Using stamps randomly on these little things. It was really cool. Really enjoyed it. So pockets, look at this, a whole page of pockets. Let's see. So this one got pushed down a little bit farther, but so here you go. Oh, here, look, Project 7. It says it right in the back, Project 7. So very cool. Just neat, neat, neat. Fun to do. Get to listen to their little background stories of the different people and how fun they are. So my top 10. Then we went on this side. Happiness is here. So you see Project 7. So I'll probably put a picture there so you don't see Project 7. Picture, just a little like library card. Again, using the stamps, the white gel pens, just a bunch of different things. And it really turned out cute. Just really neat. This is a fun page. So doing some shading with your blending brush. This side doesn't have anything interactive, but this side does. Check this out. So that flips and that flips. And you got walked through everything so to see how to do it. So it doesn't look like it would flip here. And then how to cut your page protectors, because I actually cut my page protectors to push these through. So we did some splattering and that type of thing. Again, this one is nothing interactive, but using your watercolor pencils and using some of that blending brush and ink and just adding those subtle things to your pages, and what a big difference it does. So here's the final page. There you can see it's our little Stampin' Up! Logo. And nothing's better than this adding a flip flap. So I do encourage you guys, when you see these out there, I know it is a bit of a ticket, a higher ticket item, but look what you're getting. You got all of this plus like 10 hours of instruction, and they're done. 10 hours of instruction and they're done. So I'm going to grab some of the other kits that I did just to show you what those are. So be right back. All right. So this is the Heirloom Boutique Scrapbook Workshop. So it's really nice if you guys haven't done these. They're very nice. They're very easy to follow. They're even going to get easier to follow because like the virtual album retreat, these are going to have cut lines on them. So you're going to see the cut lines. They're going to see project ABC and then ABC 1, 2, 3, 4. So what goes in which order when you put them down. It's going to be so cool when in the September catalog, I believe those start. So it is nice. They give you the whole how to lay it out. You can see right here, they're going to give you what it looks like, and then they're going to give you some key measurements. Now, you don't have to follow these. You can, you don't have to. I like to get a few key pieces on and then kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and flip these over. See what I've got. So this particular kit focuses on each one of them has a little bit of a focus on it, and it'll tell you right on the front page. So your optional feature technique is adding detail with heat embossing. So heat embossing, if you're not familiar with heat embossing, you would put like a Versamark ink, some like very fine pureed plastic that we melt with a heat gun. So it's going to give you that gold, shinier look. This one was gold. So that's what I did over this family. That was a die cut, and I added that. So this is the first layout, or one of the layouts from this kit. So we are using, it's super easy. Like I cut this and we used half here, we used half here. This one you cut different things, stickers, punch outs. You get so much for your money, and it's just, I think it's awesome that come with. So that's one of the layouts. We have another layout here. It goes this way. And they do come with the photo placeholders. So if you don't have the photos that you're going to use right away, you can use that. Um, not all of us scrapbook in chronological order. I am very far from chronological order. So I make these and then eventually I'm going to put pictures on them. I did buy myself a photo printer, so I really should be doing that as I go. But again, here is we're using some die cuts, stickers, and everything. This is just cut paper. This is actually printed here, you guys. This is not 3 stacked papers. This is all one paper. So they do an awesome, awesome job using and then we use some dimensionals to give it some depth. So that's another one of the layouts. And the last layout of this collection is this one. And this one, again, we're going to use some of those embossed hearts. So they were die cuts. Put them in your Versamark, put your embossing powder on it, heat it up, and then they become embossed. So it can be a resist. So this is one big photo. And I just like how we've got some journaling lines. If this isn't enough for you, remember, we can add flip flaps to these. We have 4x6, 3x4s, 3x3, 4x4s, and 3x3s. So all different kinds. Again, punch out. So it's super easy for these. You don't need a ton of supplies for this. And you don't have to do, these were pink, you don't have to do them in the gold. All right, that was the Heirloom Boutique. The next one is called Life in Bloom. So that's using the Life in Bloom, which is the Lily of the Valleys. And now this one is Coloring Pearls with a Stampin' Up! Blend. Of course, I didn't have the blend. I think it might have just gotten delivered because UPS was just here. So I have to add those on. And it's super easy to do, but let's go ahead and pull out some pages. I'm going to put these off to the side. We're going to look at these. So again, super easy to do. It goes through, tells you what you need, what pictures you would need, how to cut them, how to lay your paper when you cut. But again, it's going to get easier. And then how the page looks, some key measurements, and for each one. So it's not I like to watch movies or TV shows while I do this. This is a big punch out. So pretty easy. Now I think I'm gonna probably go back in and I'm gonna add some Wink Stella to this. And I'll probably jazz up a few of them. Well, here, we'll do this on this one is our white gel pen. And there's little white here. So I'm just gonna add some more little white in here just to give it a little pizzazz. And I think you guys should be able to see that. See how it just kind of popped that out. So you can add little things, but this is the base layout. This is the way, if I was following the directions exact, this is how it would be. And I always think, okay, I don't have my photo. What do I need to do here? So I use my 3D embellishments, but I don't take the backing off and I can pull them up. They'll be in the page protector. When I get my photo on there, I can take them off and no one knows that I didn't create it with that picture. Now, maybe my picture isn't a 3x4. Maybe I want two 3x4s. I could easily do that. I could change it up, or I could use, crop it a little bit. So that is one of the layouts for Life in Bloom. I love this color. This peacock color is just lovely. I really like it. And had I thought about putting these couple of pages together with the green, I really didn't. Again, here's that same flower. So I'm going to add a few more, some of those again. So this is the new white gel pen. Works great. There's some on this side too. These are stickers or um, and I can't remember if they're stickers or if they're die cuts. This was part of a die cut that came with it. So you just punch it out, put it on, and then this part I know was a sticker. This was a sticker. So I try not to do dimensionals where I know I'm going to write. So that's another layout. And then this is the last layout here on this one. Again, we've got some of those, so I'll add a little bit of that white gel pen. You guys are going to have a great weekend. Got big plans. I know here where my grandkids go to school, it's graduation tonight. They've never graduated on a Friday night. They've always done it at 2 o'clock on Sunday, Labor Day weekend. So I'm sure there's going to be some parents that are super excited that they will have the weekend free or to have graduation parties. So there we have this layout. And this page has this nice big sweeping lily of the valley. And you're like, oh, but I don't want to cover it. But look at how nice that frames this page. And then adding this little lily of the valley or little flower in there really works. And you don't have to have it on both pages. You could do it on just one. So it really works out well. I think they've really done a great job with their papers. So that is Life in Bloom. And the last scrapbook kit that we have is Extraordinary Life. And this is a really fun one too. This one is creating pockets and adding scored details. So if you have a paper trimmer, you have a score. Especially if you have the Stampin' Up! One, that white blade that is on there, that is your scoring blade. So you can do that. All right, let me go ahead here and bring in these. So, all right, here we have this page, and we created a pocket here. and it was all pre a punch out, and then you just scored it and made your pocket. This is a pocket behind, showed you how to make a pocket for behind your photo here. Again, it was a punch out. There we go. So that was a really easy one. I added a little of inking around the edge, just kind of ran the page around my ink pad, added a black line just because there was a lot of white and things just kind of ran together. I wanted to make it a little bit more um stand out, more standoutish. Okay, so that was the first layout. Love this next one coming up. So this one, the happy times. Look at these cool butterflies, you guys. They're just, so these are all punch outs, and then you just glue them together. And stickers, and again, your die cuts and stickers, and using it all together. How fun is that? I think there's supposed to be a picture there, and I don't have any 3x3s. Photo placeholders, or I used it in the wrong spot, I think is what happened. So that one I really like. Here is the last of these layouts. Looks like I got some hair in there. Again, with the white on white, I added just a little bit of inking in there. Did some like faux scoring lines, stitching lines, because it had the stitching lines around it. I just used my black journaling pen and did some stitching lines. I don't think there's pockets on this one, but popped some things up. It's just really pretty and I like it. I like it, the subtle colors along with the black and white. Then there are some new kits, page kits that come out, or not kit, card kits that came out this month, as they do every month in May. So I just wanted to show you guys what they were. I haven't even opened them yet. I mean, I opened some, but this is mine to do. So I wanted to show you them because I think they're gorgeous. Just absolutely gorgeous. And I want to show you what you'll get in the kit. So this particular kit, you are getting an ink spot. You are getting a stamp, a small stamp. I'm going to open this up. They definitely have them in here good. You've got a sheet of dimensionals. You've got an acrylic block, and then these are some like double-sided tape dots. So this is what you get. You will get all of this stuff. You will always get a block if there's a stamp set with it, and you're always going to get your adhesive that you need to use. It's going to come no matter what. Envelopes. So here are your printed envelopes. Card bases. All kinds of fun things. Lots of cellophane. And a cardboard backer. I've used these for shims in my die cut machine. They work good for that or different things. Your directions. You're going to love these directions. There's no words on them. It's just pictures. So it tells you where to stamp, how to stamp, all of that, all in pictures and all the different things that you're going to need. Here is your what's all in your on your stamp block. And then these are the cards. These are your card bases. Isn't that just gorgeous, you guys? So you get 3 of those. 3 of these. And 3 of those. And then you're going to get, like, these are your little punch outs that you're going to add. You're going to add, look at these frames. These are just gorgeous. It's like watercolor paper. It's got some texture to it. So that is one of the kits. That is, what is it? It is Serene Scenes. So I didn't want to get the name wrong. So that is out there available for you guys to order online. Every month there are 2 new kits. Sometimes they're cards, sometimes there's even a page kit now. Let's see what the other one is. Everyday Beauty. I think that's what I need I'm going to do. All right, and then let's go ahead. And this is the Pretty Party Kit. And I already have some ideas on what you could use these for. Said lots of cellophane, shrink wrapped. They're not going to fall out. So again, we've got birthday wishes, congratulations, it's time to celebrate, and some balloons. You can't go wrong with that. A little Cajun craze ink spot. And this is the directions. So I'm going to open them up and we're going to see what we all have in here. These are gold foiled. So we have our adhesive, double-sided adhesive. We've got some sequin and our block in our bag. We've got some more dimensionals, some 3D dimensionals. We've got envelopes for 9 cards, card bases. So these are our card bases here. And these are for an A2 card. So we've got those. We've got some punch outs in here. Some more card bases. I'm assuming they go this way. Some more punch outs. And then some balloons. And cardboard, our direction. And then here are directions. So this is what they look like. I think they're gorgeous, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it is gold foiled. Each card base has gold foiling on them. So I think they're just, congratulations. You could use that for a wedding, a shower, a baby shower, wedding shower, retirement, graduation, congratulations. Congratulations is pretty all inclusive. So that is a pretty party. Not pity party, pretty party. And then the last thing I wanted to show you, because this just came this week, is the paper pumpkin. So this is a subscription. You have to subscribe to this one to get these. You can do it by the year, by 6 months, by 3 months, or pay monthly. If you it comes out before it ships, so you wouldn't know if you like it or not. If you decide, I need a break from them, you can always skip a month or two, and what you're committing to is 12, 6, 3, or month by month. So not that you're, you know, need it for a year or whatever. So these come a little bit different. These come with tissue paper. Now, your first time that you get one of these kits, you're going to get a block. So you only get the block one time. But every time or whatever, you're going to get like the ink spot. So this is the Misty Moonlight. Here is the stamp set that comes with it. It says, wishing you happiness and you are invited. And then look at this in tissue paper. Fancy, fancy. And they all come in these boxes. This one comes by mail every month or whenever you choose to get it. These are great to take to like a 1-day crop, or if you're going to a retreat and you're like, I want to scrapbook, but I want to make some cards here too. These you don't have to think a whole lot about either. These are kind of nice. So this is the May one. So this is what the 3 different cards look like. And again, same concept as those box kits, but this is a subscription. So we have that. Cardboard. Here are our card envelopes. This one came with Terran tape instead of the little dots. It came with a small roll of Terran tape. You've got some 3D dimensionals and some glitter dots. These are going to be your card bases and your punch outs. So again, this is, I think, silver foiled. So we've got some, this way, yeah, this way, lanterns, the Chinese lanterns. Some fireworks. Isn't this one cool with the little party lights? And again, there's some foil in there. Windows, and then this one is just like a starry background with the silver foil. And So this must be what we would stamp on. They're all pre punch out, and then some more punch outs that are already done for you. So that's what I have for you guys. We're going to take a bit of a little break on the craft and create on Saturdays because I know it gets really hectic during the summer. Um, but watch my Facebook page. Let me go ahead and jump up here. So it gets I know it gets hectic. So I am planning a couple little classes here and there. So I guess my hair kind of is doing something. So watch Facebook and I will end your email. If you're not signed up for receiving emails, go to my website. This way right here. Everything's backwards in here. amybcreates.com, and we'll get you, and you can sign up for my newsletter. I don't bombard you, 1 or 2 a month. That's it. So, all right, take care. Have a great and safe Memorial weekend.